It's time for the 1989 Royal Rumble here on ChronoSo. Starring Logan Crossland, Rocco Martone, Steve Riddle, Kelly Nelson, David Hall, Mike Rossi, Jack Campbell, Keith Langston, and Ryan Fray. It's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble.
Here comes the X. Comes the Smasher. Your demolition.
Here comes the smash. Look at that guy, huh?
Yeah.
And here comes the smash. Demolition. A walking disaster. Pain and destruction. Demolition, destruction, Axis. That's his name. That's his full name.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Or it's Axis, Pain, Demolition, and Smash's name is Smasher, Destruction, Demolition.
Oh my god, did not know that. So we have the wrong names here. So it's Demolition's actually at the end.
Probably right. I would say, yeah.
But they always referred to them as Demolition, Axe, and Smash. So
they did, yeah. So it makes sense. But I don't believe it either, Monsoon.
Oh my goodness, tag team partners starting out the Royal Rumble.
My God.
Really innovative thing here.
I know, right?
They've never done this since, right? I mean, tag partners have gone at it, but I think the Steiners were in early.
Not to start off or even just to be in the match themselves together. But yeah, it's great. And considering that this was the first one on pay-per-view, they did it right away, you know?
Yeah, and they go straight at it. They don't even think about
just
waiting for the next guy.
Seriously, which I feel like would have happened if it was like the Rougeaus. Like they would have just sat there and talked to each other and waited for the third person to come out.
They would have just waved their flags.
Bon appetit.
Grab the mic and sang "All American Boys" or something like that.
I like that. I've noticed pretty much throughout this entire show that the Rumble banner is swaying in the breeze up in the rafters area.
Oh, they put it right in front of the AC for some reason.
Yeah, you'll notice that it's the one on the opposite side. You'll see it as soon as they go to the other camera. You'll see it swinging back and forth. It's kind of it's funny, but it's a good time.
That's awesome. Yeah. Anytime they did tag partners after this early, I think it was always staggered with somebody one was one, and then the other one was 3 or something like that, or 4.
Yeah. And then you would have help is on the way. Gorilla would say, "Help is on the way."
I really am shocked that more tag teams didn't they all took the every man for himself thing super seriously, but when you could have teamed up until the very end and then every man for himself. So
absolutely. Well, I mean, it happens immediately. Oh, look at that. Almost threw him out of there. But it happens right away because I think, because we know who number 3 is. Mm-hmm. The big man.
The big man.
Yep. This must have been so much fun for the two of them, though. They must have been we're gonna let you two go out there for 2 minutes.
Uh-oh, who's coming in? Oh my God.
It's Andre the Giant.
It's Andre the Ultimate Giant. Look at me. Coming down with the Bobby the Brain Heenan.
How dare you guys besmirch the greatest wrestler of all time? Demolition fighting each other is the dumbest thing ever. It doesn't make any sense for tag. First off, they're good guys. Second off, they've never been portrayed as dumb brutes like Samoans. They have intelligent promos. Why would they fight each other the second fight each other at 30 or 29 or 28? It's completely stupid to be. It's like if you're on a tandem bike race and you kick your partner off in the beginning of the race. I do not get why it's a thing, and I get it's a funny thing, but literally he gets kicked out 4th, so it obviously was stupid. Just wait.
Just wait.
It doesn't make any sense in the first fucking minute to fight. You just chill the fuck out.
Yeah. I guess it just doesn't make it very entertaining. I guess though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure Vince McMahon was like, they're the good guys, so they would not wait; they would just fight each other. But just don't book it that way. I guess it's a cool thing, and it's a very big moment. But it was stupid when
it's never been booked that way since. So
smartly. I mean, they're baby faces too, and that's a stupid thing for them to do. But it's cool to see him beat up Andre. Just have one guy beat the shit out of some dude, and then have Axe come in.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why they've never done it again, because they thought, like you, that it was very stupid for two people to fight right off the bat. Just chill and wait.
I could see the New Day doing it though. Like I could see the New Day mixing it up with each other, like 1 and 2 in a Rumble.
Well, there's a weird wrestling logic to we're supposed to be here, so we'll do it. But it's like, come on, just be smarter. I expect more from the Masked Superstar. This is a cool little Machines reunion though that we're getting here.
Yeah, it is.
Lots of very pale, hairy legs really going.
Oh, here he is. The one and only.
Singlet West, Mr. Perfect.
One of the best teams of all time.
Absolutely. Here comes.
Oh, hey.
Here comes.
Am I heard?
Yeah.
Yep, you're here now.
Because my video is just still photos. It's lagging so bad. It's like the day after the pay-per-view. Here's what you get to see.
Right, Keith.
Still photos until the Coliseum video comes out in 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen this Rumble a few times that you could kind of remember what's happening, though.
It's been a long time. I was thinking about it earlier. I don't think I've seen it since the 90s at some point. Maybe even the early 90s. This was never one of my favorites. The next 5 Rumbles are all very good or rewatchable, but this one I've never really been a fan of.
Do you want to weigh in on the Demolition fighting each other debate? You love it? You hate it?
No, well, maybe it doesn't make kayfabe sense, but it was a cool thing for the fans, and it was I was 11 years old at the time. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember what I felt, but I'm sure I did as well.
I wasn't alive, so I can't give live memories. So.
It was so rare to get, 2 good guys fighting or even 2 bad guys fighting at the time, so it was special.
Mr. Perfect is selling like a beast for Andre right now, and it's pretty always impressive.
Either or. Both could work.
Without my glasses on, Mr. Perfect was like Jim Duggan with the blue tights without the singlet.
Here comes rubbish Ronnie Garvin. I'm just kidding.
I'm in here as Ronnie Garvin now.
Yeah. Apparently Ryan's
No, this is because this is a rib on the fact that there's Pete is trying to convince me that back in the 1970s Ronnie Garvin and Andre had a fight and Ronnie Garvin slammed Andre, and I just refuse to believe that anybody that Andre would ever let rugged Ronnie Garvin come anywhere near him. And to quote Rocco, the greatest
I was going to bring that up. Yeah,
ever.
Garvin slammed him at some point.
I highly unlikely, Jed. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
That list is surprisingly big.
Kamala slammed him. Butcher Vachon slammed him. A bunch of guys slammed him that they'd never talked about.
Isn't Butcher Vachon the guy that had one leg? Oh no,
I think
Andre
that was
would
Mad Dog.
No, that was Mad Dog. His brother.
Andre would let. I heard Luna Vachon slammed Andre too. That's what I heard, but that could be a rumor. No, I mean Andre would love letting guys slam him.
Backstage, he did, but no.
I think the only guy Andre didn't want to slam him was Savage. I think he had an issue with Savage slamming him, which I don't think Savage ever got him up.
I heard a story the other day that initially when the Rockers came in, Andre didn't like them obviously because they were assholes, but then after the first couple of times they were respectful to him, told him hey and asked him how he was doing, but eventually he was like, I was just ribbing you guys this whole time.
Andre, the ultimate ribber.
Yeah. He was like, I don't actually hate you. I just wanted to rib you.
I just wanted to make you feel that. Oh. Yeah. Here we go. Coming at ya. Hammer time.
I feel like you don't see Greg Valentine run very often.
You don't see what, Greg? What?
Greg Valentine run a lot in wrestling matches. Right?
No.
Fresh 8-ball in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Does that speed up his warming up time?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
No.
No.
No, it doesn't.
If anything, it slows it down, I feel like.
Yeah. Greg Valentine is he was like he always was over 40 years old. Even when he was like 19, he was still it took him a while to get ready in the morning.
This is
He's
a
like
wild.
he's like the quintessential Rumble guy. Like,
and there I go.
He can go 30-40 at any point.
Dude, Andre is wildly active in this match, and so far, like, he's really fighting dudes off. Like, he's like the fucking Iron Man in this match, and it's a great performance by him so far. And it'll, no spoilers, but to continue. But I mean, he's just viciously fighting these dudes off. It's really amazing.
Absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
But he keeps going.
I'm sure he's dying right now. Yeah. Inside, I mean.
So I wonder if they like just held Axe in such higher regard than Smash that they were like, "Yep, you're gonna stay in this match for 10 minutes longer than your tag partner."
Could be Andre's boy too. Andre's comfortable with him being in there.
Yeah.
True. Good call.
Back to the whole machines thing, like Rocco was talking about earlier. They were.
Oh, look at that mug.
Look at that fucking shot, man. That's fucking a thing of beauty right there. That is. It's insane how they were so good at editing wrestling matches in 1989 compared to how they do it now. Like, you can follow the whole story. It's brilliant. It's a thing of beauty to watch.
Hammer's already coasting at this point.
He's already chilling.
Sitting.
Oh, look at those kicks.
Okay.
Oh, Hammer.
Uh-oh.
Don't hurt him, man.
Jed, you might not be in the match long.
Let's big say we letting the music just run out. Ronnie Garvin's theme, I think, was a Richard Simmons workout video. What was that?
And good, slim Goodbody.
Some interesting editing choices.
Man, perfect without the singlet is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ripped. He should not be wearing.
Oh, absolutely.
Still AWA Kurt Hennig at this point.
You see his kid more in him when he doesn't have the singlet on.
Yeah. I can see it.
Andre and Jake are giving a great preview of their amazing WrestleMania 5 match they'll have in a couple months.
Jake,
I take it you're not going to be the one discussing that one.
There is that one great spot in that match where it's like Andre gets like dazed or winded. I don't know. So he starts shaking his head. And Gorilla's like, I think Jake got a knee up, and it wasn't even close. Like, there's no
zero contact.
Yeah,
this is how that match should have went. It should just be a total squash, like he's doing to Jake here.
Yeah.
I've noticed this recently with Andre that no one talks. They never talk about his chops. When he throws a chop at dudes from like his arms like 4 feet away, like he like is leveling dudes in matches, and I always love that.
Man, good song choice.
Jesus.
Sitting with Bob Ritchie.
Song's cooler than the wrestler.
Hey,
he's probably voted for it in the best of 2000s tournament, like 4 rounds. Does that predate the 2000s, Cowboy?
Yeah, that was 99.
Oh, just missed it.
Oh.
By the way, Jake is gone.
Oh.
Nope.
Damien is still around.
there we go. I recently covered Bass getting his head shaved on Saturday night's main event, so
Yeah,
In
of
this
course,
little,
as he was coming out, Gorilla, of course, called him Baldy.
in this little box, he looks like Miro to me for some reason. With his bald ass head.
Very much sounds like Miro.
I will redeem you.
Ron Bass Crush.
This is like the '99 Rumble where everyone's wearing black. Everyone has black on besides Kurt, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Man, Hammer's just getting the brunt of this right now.
Oh my god.
Dude, now I just see nothing but Miro looking at him. Machka!
Ron Bass might be the most violent wrestler ever since he did one of the only things that's ever been completely blurred from a wrestling match. So, which terrified me as a kid.
I believe in the Spurs and Miss Betsy.
It needs to be
they are my gods.
Yeah, talk about great theme songs.
There we go. Future Hall of Famer hits the ring.
Yeah.
On fire. Look, I want to come back to one of the points you guys were making before, just how active Andre has been. He really has been doing a lot of hard work.
Right?
Yep.
He's not stopped, man. He's not stopped a second. He is fighting. He's been down. He's been up. He's been in Andre's position in the ropes. He's done it all. He's fighting dudes.
He definitely just ripped one and right in Valentine's face.
Hopefully.
And I
he
think
couldn't hold it in anymore.
Nice shot by the former AWA boys. But I think the other thing that's been really good, like having Andre in early, it's allowed the every man for himself thing to work well because everyone's targeting Andre. All the good guys, the bad guys, everyone's going for Andre. And it really brings that every man for himself element out, even more than Axe and Smash at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you kind of imagine a world of like a Royal Rumble with an Andre as a good guy fighting dudes off would have been such an amazing thing to watch too. Like just being attacked. I mean, you still have sympathy for him. I do at least because he was my favorite. But like, Jesus, the camera angles they get of Andre like this are just unparalleled to really just capture his brute force.
Man, that's something I could watch. Is Michaels, Perfect, and Valentine just having like a three-way match.
Dave, you mentioned like the AWA connection, but they had a surprisingly lack of interaction in AWA, if I remember correctly. I mean, I think there's not much with Michaels and
they didn't. Is when the Midnight Rockers took the tag titles, Hennig was in the main event picture with the world titles, so they really were kept apart most of the time.
I think there was like a weird 6-man that they had at a weird event that I remember watching. I was like, oh.
All right, now I'm just going to point out that New Zealand and Australia are two different countries, right? And we don't walk like that over here in Australia, but I'm certain my friends in New Zealand do. Oh, look out!
I mean, your country just got downgraded from a continent, Dave. So I mean, you're not a continent anymore. You're the Pluto of
Andre's
countries.
out of there.
Oh, yeah, there goes Andre.
With this.
What a sick one.
I'm not dealing with that serpent.
He almost died.
Kept him strong too. I mean, the fact that nobody eliminated him, he eliminated himself.
Get the hell out of there.
It was the phobia that got rid of him, not any one person or any 8 people.
Eliminated by fear.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So.
Been lugging that snake around.
And Jesse was pissed of Jake doing that.
That's what I always liked about Jesse is he'll put out he'll always back the bad guy when they're doing their thing, but when the good guys do something that's not right, he calls them out for it straight away.
Yep.
Oh, there's a big shot on Michaels has been getting bounced around since he hit the ring.
Yep.
Took that role from Perfect.
Sean's got like that young boy thing going at this point of his career too.
There we go.
Technical difficulties.
I have to say, who's got the mic
meeting
going
of the
on in the
minds
background?
think we might be having technical issues on.
Man, look at Butch sell here.
I'm the honky tonk man.
Right, right to the double axe handle. Let's go.
I'll tell you what will be interesting watching this time with everyone is with the ChronoSo story. We've been seeing the development of Honky and Valentine as their tag team being developed, and I'm really interested to see whether they actually do any work together in this Rumble.
That's true. They're getting worked
Here you
over
go.
at the same
Here
time.
you go.
There you go. He saved him.
That's right, Gorilla.
I was like, now even poor Sean's getting knocked around by Honky Tonk Man. You know you're the new guy.
Honky gets a lot of heat. That people give him a lot of slack for his in-ring offense. But those punches he was throwing just then, they were very tight. They looked good.
Yeah, well, those Memphis guys always seem to have the best punches, like him, Lawler. So.
Jarrett, I'm just kidding.
No, he's got good punches.
No, Jarrett's got good punches. I'll give him that. He might not be good at much else, but
Oh, come on.
nah, I'm just playing. I've watched too much TNA. I can't give him too much credit.
Come on.
And this is something you wouldn't have seen in the '88 one. Is like you've got Perfect and Honky going at it here, and this is what I was saying. They really have got over everyone's just going to battle. They don't care whether they're good guys or bad guys this time around.
Oh, fucking Tito.
Former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the World, Tito Santana. Chico is the word.
Well, you talk about Intercontinental champions. You've got multiple former and future Intercontinental champions all in the ring at once. Valentine, Santana, Perfect, Honky, and Shawn Michaels, all going to have some hold on the IC.
And fucking Butch.
Well, like we said, he might be from another continent altogether.
And a man that cost Brother Brudai his
title
match.
It's a quickie change in New Zealand that didn't make it to the mags. Or anything.
Bass and Butch are really the odd man out in this ring right now.
Yeah.
Bass has been there way too long.
Am I wrong? I know they always build the Bushwhackers from New Zealand, but did they kind of promote that they were from like just down under, and that was just it? So that's why we had to assume that they were Australian.
They presented them very much with that down under feel, but they are born and bred in New Zealand. That's where they come from, and that's where they grew up. So, but it was really very much. I was listening to an interview that I think it was Butch did, and he noted that when they brought them in, it was all around the Crocodile Dundee concept, which is Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that New Zealand is the cultural epicenter of the Southern Hemisphere, so you know.
What are we entering the Twilight Zone?
Oh, Bad News Brown.
Bad News Brown.
Interesting theme song for him.
For a very old territory, we're bringing up. He might be the only Stampede stalwart that we have in this match, really.
Sure.
Did he bring any of his rats?
No.
Yeah, where are the sewer rats?
He didn't have to bring any sewer rats because Jake's already out of there with the snake, so you know.
And I think they left the other rats out the back waiting for us.
Hey,
we'll see you, Honk.
Some ring rats are out back waiting for him. Is that what it is?
All right.
That's exactly right.
A lot of hair in the ring right now, and then there's Butch.
I assume whenever
two bald guys are going at it.
Whenever you're in the ring with Bad News Brown, I just always assume he's going, I could kick your ass for real, right? Like I know he's just talking shit to people constantly.
Yeah, like Bad News and Ron Bass are just they're probably just want to shoot fight right now.
They're like, we could kick all these motherfuckers' asses right now.
You can just clear the ring right now and change the story.
I like that Tito and Greg Valentine are mixing it up. The forever feud between Chico and Greg Valentine.
He has a lot of anger that he holds on to. Valentine in the future, Martel every year.
Yeah,
he never forgets.
What was Bad News Allen's finishing move before the Insecurity thing that he did before he was in the WWF?
Oh, before the Ghetto Blaster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it was probably
more of a crescent kick.
Like a crescent kick or something like that.
Something I don't know. I do not know what that is.
It was funny. We were reviewing the Bad News Hacksaw match from Mania 5.
Oh.
And it's funny that Hacksaw's running around with the American flag and all that, and it's like this guy Bad News was an Olympian for the United States.
Marty.
Oh. And I just love how Ron Bass just stopped him as he got in the ring.
Have you guys seen my foot? You want to see my foot?
Yeah. Chad, let's see your ankle and see if it looks as remotely.
Ron Bass is not selling a single thing for Janetti there.
Janetti's foot looks like a weird gourd that you'd find out in the field, when you're going pumpkin picking.
Pictures an hour ago that were just disturbing.
Yeah, poor guy.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, see you, Ron.
Sorry, Ron.
Quentin Tarantino said no thanks when he saw Marty's foot. It was that bad.
He said, "You don't have to be at Jackrabbit Slim's dance contest."
Yeah.
Dave, you were mentioning the Valentine and Honky, but there's a lot of this era, a lot of tag team representation with you got the Rockers, Towers, Twin Towers, the Brainbusters, Rockers, Powers of Pain, Strike Force.
Yeah.
But that move we saw when the double drop kick to send Bass out. I mean, that's the first time since Axton Smash clotheslined Andre when he first came in the ring that we've really had two guys working together, like that teammate concept working together to eliminate someone.
Yeah. Because Honky saved Valentine, but they didn't really work with each other after that.
That's right. And see, they're working again. They're working over. He's just Bad News moves, and Sean takes Marty down.
Stuck a finger right up his cornhole.
I'm glad that I heard the end of that sentence. I was thinking crazy things.
Here he comes.
I didn't realize Michael did his crotch on the ropes this early.
Let's all pay homage to the man.
The Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
Savage came in.
Slim Jim, brother.
Savage came in and he already told everybody he's the World Wrestling Federation champion 5 times. You motherfuckers, I'm the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion of the world.
Let's see when he got in the ring and he was like, he didn't even take his sunglasses off.
Because the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion doesn't take his sunglasses off when he comes in the ring.
He was having that house show run with Bad News around this time too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bad News did say that.
First show I ever went to was a few weeks before this, and that was the main event.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah?
Was it any good?
Mm-hmm.
That must have been awesome. Was it a street or just a regular match?
No, it was just a regular match.
Yeah. Gotcha. I mean, Bad News basically was calling Liz a massive whore and saying she was blowing Jack Tunney all the time. So, I can see why Savage was a little upset with the man.
Savage is upset with a lot of people, though.
Yeah. He's an intense dude.
He was a very upset man.
I am the only person that can lay hands on my wife. No one else is allowed to.
That's right. No one else.
You can just feel the intensity picked up when he came in. Just the overall intensity of the match seemed to increase.
He's been in the ring for like a minute and a half now, and he's already mixed it up with pretty much everybody.
Well, he's a perpetual motion in every match he's in. Right?
Yeah.
After I got bumped out, you guys were the first time you were talking about how this Rumble's kind of not the best, and then it's like the next 5 are awesome, and it's so true. This is definitely a tale of 3 Rumbles right here. It's like the first bunch, and then once Savage comes in, it's like the second half, and then it's the third half, and the second half is the best half of the second part is the best part of this Rumble.
Oh, here we go.
I think this Rumble's really solid, but just the tail end of it is a little weak. I think that's
the tail end, it all falls apart after Hogan and Savage are out.
Yeah, like that first third was like dominated by Andre.
Yep.
And then the second half is the Mega Powers, and then the third part. Because by the way, Valentine's gone.
Look at just there, the way Arn took that. Arn just, I talked about this last episode, but the way the brain busters, the way Arn and Tully just sell and work. Now there's something good. Arn and Savage working together.
Yeah.
Great bump.
Savage, that's a team that I would have loved to have seen long term.
It's like a Saturday, a WCW Saturday night main event, Saturday night show that probably happened somewhere.
Yep. Oh yeah, because as soon as Savage got to WCW, he was reigniting his feud with Flair again, and wherever Flair is, Arn's not that far behind.
Is this? I think this is my favorite Heenan family with Brainbusters, Andre, Haku, Rude. Like that's kind of the best version of the fucking Heenan family.
Yeah.
And you throw Red Rooster in there with the Virgil, and you're fucking good.
89 Bobby Heenan is awesome, and he has the best group. He has the best year ever in professional wrestling, I think, of any manager. I feel like.
I want a world where they go to they're the NWO, and you get that team in a War Games.
Sure. Oh, Andre in a War Game.
Arn. What a sell.
Arn's one of those guys too that's like able to have comedic parts in a match where he's completely serious for the entirety of the match, but has those comedic spots that are just entertaining as fuck. Like.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say him and Terry Funk are the two.
Yeah. I guess. Because it's like an Angle and an Austin, they could be funny in promos, but like actually in ring, like you're saying, that's a really good point.
It's because Arn's never funny until he's doing a spot in a match where he is making some kind of comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess Piper too, but I mean it's always very try. It's later era too.
Yeah.
Rick Rude could sometimes actually have a couple of really good sells in a comedic way.
Rick Rude taking an inverted atomic drop or a regular atomic drop was like the best.
I mean, I guess he's trying to sell that his hog is bigger than everyone else's too. That atomic drop.
I'll tell you what, this was like 34 years ago, and Tully Blanchard pretty much looks the same.
So does Arn.
So does Arn Anderson.
Arn more so.
Yeah.
Marty looks the same except for his foot. I mean,
it's one of those where the guys like Marty Jannetty's fighting a guy whose real name, like two Martys, even though Arn is not.
Oh, there's the spine buster.
Yeah, we got double Marty here.
Two guys named Marty.
Oh yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk fighting, or
Marty!
Funk fighting.
Yeah.
This is the match where Marty had his brain busted officially, and it's never been the same since.
No.
That's it.
Look at Savage going to the top rope. What's he doing? Doing a double axe handle?
Being a lunatic.
I
know it's a battle royal, but I'm fucking still doing
in there.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, how long is he in this match? This is like
something tells me he just. Go ahead.
I'm glad Macho never won a Rumble because I feel like he didn't have like the mental capacity to ever survive it. You know what I mean? Like he eliminated himself a few times over the years.
It's the Hulkster, my goodness.
Now business is about to pick up.
Be a lot of eliminations coming, boy.
Oh, that goes perfect.
It's probably perfect and go straight over the fucking the post. It'd be a complete
Coming to kick some ass.
like usual, everybody trying to hold Hulk down, but he's Overcome the odds.
The double noggin knocker to friggin' the brain busters though is great.
Never
And
got a
straight
break.
to the choke. The headband off and straight to the choke on Bad News.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Hogan, the
Jesse
original
didn't call
Tribal
that
Chief.
out.
Bad News doing like that. What's that? Dragon Sleeper or whatever. What do they call it? The Niragani or Irigani. That was called.
Don't just make up words that sound Japanese.
It's. I think that's it.
No,
Is that the
that's-
Irigani?
That's where you make like animals out
Uranagi?
of a piece of paper.
Uranagi. Yeah, thank
or,
you.
origami.
No, the Uranagi.
Uranagi, brother.
That's eel served on top of rice, Keith.
Oh, is that what it is? Damn it. Didn't I get eliminated already? What is he? What is he just leaving me here for shits and giggles?
Yeah, he's just like, he
You
goes.
asked for it.
See ya.
Butch lasts 18 minutes here, Chad. You asked.
I mean, it
Yeah.
feels like it's been at least like 45.
Yeah, that's about 60 minutes too long.
Something tells me he didn't score very well on now earning the Royal Rumble. So
Well, no.
Formatting this, they were like, you know what? Let's give that Butcher run. To hell with Luke, though.
Hogan taking on both the Brain Busters now.
Oh boy.
Well, speaking of the other Bushwhacker,
When you think about the Bushwhackers, it's kind of like when Eddie Murphy went from like Raw to being like a children's performer. Like they went from being like the sheep herders and the bloodiest barbed wire cage matches of all time, and then they just became comedy characters in the WWF, where it's literally like Eddie Murphy being like the most cutting edge comedian of all time, and be like, you know what, Daddy Daycare works for me, brother. Like, oh, I'm fine.
Except for the Bushwhackers, it was like a
there
one-year
goes Butch.
change. And for Eddie Murphy, it took several decades.
And now the Mega Powers are finally working together for the first time.
I was about to say, we had 3 tag teams in there at one point. The Powers, the Busters, and the Bushwhackers, and Bad News, the odd man out.
Luke didn't really help out his buddy there. Kind of
No.
Butch got tossed just quickly as Luke came in. At least Luke lasted longer here than he does in 91.
Yeah.
I like that Macho and Bad News are a little married to each other once they kind of hooked up for the first time. It must be like a nice little sign of respect, maybe. Like, all right, brother, I know you're gonna take care of me.
Oh,
Fucking hell!
That did not look good. It didn't look like Hogan was looking after him in any way.
I mean, Hogan and Tully probably don't have very much interaction with each other historically.
Well, outside of this match, probably never. I can't think of any other match they've been together.
I'll do some cage matching on that real quick. Yeah, this is the only match they were ever in together, which is kind of crazy.
When was Tully's last like WCW match? Would have been right before Hulk came in, or a little before that?
Yeah, I mean, like he's at Slamboree '94 and kind of like the Legends thing. But...
I think that all ties into the fact that Tully never really came back into the ring in WCW. You'd have to
talk
think
about
that if Tully had actually
about Memphis guys with really good
contacted him, he
punches. Here
would've
comes Coco Beware.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that drop kick.
Interesting fact, we had 7 guys in the ring now. 6 of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Bird. My cat's in the way. All right. That's good.
So Bad News, I guess, right?
Cat's a big Coco fan.
And the only one not in.
He sure is. Bird.
Yeah, Coco's a little bit on that Bushwhacker trajectory.
Oh, we've got Arn
like
Anderson
serious
doing his
dudes who
Ric
became
Flair
kinda,
impersonation.
characters, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bad News Brown's like, I'm not selling for Coco. That's not happening.
No.
Coco's kind of like secret
News
mean
doesn't
guy,
sell for
right? Like
anyone.
he's always such a good guy, but he seems like a secret mean dude.
Coco's squashes in Memphis are some of the most vicious, amazing squash matches you'll ever see.
Yeah,
Like,
Coco's nasty in Memphis.
That's
guy.
interesting. Hogan and Coco going at it.
Yeah, former Survivor Series 88 partners.
Yeah, that's not one you think about. Luke hit
Here we go. Hogan's on his run now.
No. Hogan's like, can't get Luke going, brother.
He's got Brainbusters working over him.
It's probably going to be bad news for the Brainbusters. Oh, he missed that.
Imagine like a Rockers
several
Hogan
feet.
versus Brainbusters Andre kind of 6-man at this point. Jesus.
I just love the way you see the intelligent worker like Arn Tully. Arn slipping under the ring to try and drag Hogan out. It's just such a smart thing to do.
Oh,
there
we go, the Brainbusters.
There you go.
Savage looks like he's on his way.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Here comes history.
That's exciting. Who's the warlord? Oh, there you go.
Goodbye. There go Bad News and Savage.
There's the big spot. Here we go.
Savage is blaming Hogan. I don't blame Savage. Hogan did that on purpose.
And of course, Jesse immediately siding with Savage on this one.
Yeah, I mean, throughout this feud, like, I don't know. Hogan didn't look the best, of course.
Elizabeth now in the ring.
If anybody can straighten this out, she certainly can.
I know that's asking a lot, Gorilla.
I was going to say, Gorilla thinking she's going to be the mediator here. I don't know about that. A lot of finger pointing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they kind of had to do this in this match, but I mean, we'll get to it. But
my memory for the end.
Yeah, I was going to say my memory is the next 15-20 minutes are a rough go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, sticking out the hand.
Well, she tried to get him to do it first, and then he kind of pulled away. Then he did it on his own accord. So
here we go. Still handshaking and hugging as we leave, but yeah.
Things seem rosy now.
Here we go. Oh, if you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, who we got?
Signs, respect the law and order. It's a hard time.
Oh, how'd I know?
JT took creative license because it had to be played.
Like Big Boss Man's theme's so great, but Jeff Sobro is even better. How do you have two great, amazing themes?
Have they had? They've had their cage match already, right? Or is
I think it's after.
Okay.
I thought, or maybe it's December. It may be December.
Gotcha. I knew that one was really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like their battles were great.
Billy Boss Man's one of those unheralded guys that doesn't get talked about a ton.
Yeah, I mean he was really good. It's an interesting. I think it's interesting the way they were booked, the Twin Towers around this time, because they were seen as like a bridge to get as foals to get to the Mega Powers, but very effective.
Oh, absolutely. I always get terrified when he does the pile driver though, because he never seems very sure of himself.
No protection, zero.
He always looks a little wobbly kneed, and then he just kind of
this is definitely like fatter, sloppier looking Big Boss Man. Like his shirt's already untucked. He's probably at around his biggest right here.
Oh yeah. He takes that pile driver at SummerSlam 91, and I always get terrified because Shock barely gets him up, and he kind of smells it, pops up, and kind of has a tantrum.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, and now here comes The guy who impersonated the American dream for several years.
So you guys were Demolition, and now you're the Twin Towers.
Sure, why not? That makes sense.
Yeah.
When I met this lady and I told her quite a story that I love her. I love Akeem. Akeem is like what? He's probably one of my favorite guys from the 80s, man. I freaking love Akeem. God, this guy had chicken shit and made chicken salad out of it.
Do you like him simply as Akeem, or do you like him as the gang as well?
I mean, I like the gang too, but he's so good as Akeem, you know?
He does have that weird, cool little thing that he does with his hands.
Yeah, his little hand drives. I mean, this is the great thing too is that, you know, this is what, January, what day is this? January what, 20 something?
I think
27th, 29th,
something like that.
Yeah. And then they literally film like
15th.
Well, they don't film. Oh, it's the 15th? Okay, so it was a ways away. Because I was gonna say they do they have the main event too, is like the beginning, is the first week of February, what, February 2nd?
Bye bye Hulk.
Bye bye Hulk. Hulkamania rules, brother. Oh, what the hell? Boss Man's gone?
Yeah, that's what you thought. Hulkster in heaven. Coming back. No, I love that booking though. I mean, the Twin Towers as a tag team took Hulk out. Great.
There he is.
Yeah.
Brother Brute-Eye, the Buckman Street Father. Here we go.
The all white tights too. Not a big fan of those. Gotta have more color there, Brute-Eye.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the New Day's tights were a few years ago. A little bit.
God, I mean, a little bit at a time. Like, what can possibly be Hogan's beef here? Like, he legitimately got eliminated. Why is he?
Well, you know how Hogan is.
I know, but this is like one of the most.
The guy, every battle royal / rumble / anything that Hogan gets eliminated, and he cries like a big pussy.
Yeah, this one's real bad. Like, I mean, that was 100% clean.
92 was pretty. 92 was pretty bad as well.
I know, but at least then, like, they were still like hanging on and a little bit of nefarious stuff going on outside.
I mean, you know what? I went on
but...
I had like an epic rant years ago about how Hogan is he's the ultimate heel. Like, when he finally came as Hollywood Hogan, it was just it wasn't even a natural he didn't even change. He just basically he changed his clothes. That's all he did.
And his promo style. I mean, he basically just shit on the fans instead of, saying,
but I think that's what made him a favorite, or because he did wrestle as a heel, like in the early 80s. The fans loved that.
He used
like
to
the
say
Road Warriors, basically.
Right. He started saying the quiet things out loud is when he was NWO Hogan. When he was dissing the fans. But Hogan's gone, and we don't have to look at his face.
It's interesting. They could have done a turn, much sooner in WWF.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Oh.
But actually, I think waiting is the best idea.
This theme music is actually a banger. Just because of that. They got the mix of the rooster crow going. It's awesome.
Yeah, Akeem just tossed him away like garbage.
Akeem just went, no, Taylor, no.
Oof.
Oh. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. They're trying to get the big guy out. I love it. Everybody always tries to get the big man out. Well, there's enough people. There's one big guy that's still got to come out. There's a couple of big guys that still have to come out. This is where it starts to grind to a halt, though.
The crowd is totally dead.
Yeah, this is the last part.
Hogan's gone. It's like time to go home.
We got 5 people left, and it's just, it's grinding to a halt.
That's one reason why I've never liked this one is the finish. The end is just me.
It's actually, I feel like this is one of those Rumbles where the matches on the pre-card are better than the actual Rumble match. Because I mean,
they weren't great either.
Well,
the pose down was maybe the best thing of the whole show.
Oh no,
the most memorable.
Oh no, oh my god, I love the Haku Holly race. Like that's a banger.
Right, yeah,
And then the 6-man, the Duggan High Foundation, Bravo
Yeah.
shows. It's probably the only match that Dino Bravo's in that I could stomach him for the whole time. I mean, the
I
Rock
haven't
and
seen
Robin
this
match
whole
is terrible.
show in literally like almost 30 years.
I loved Gorilla's comment there when Akeem was on the rope. He's like, "Oh, he's looking for the Shell Answer Man. He's running out of gas." I think Jesse like legit like was like a shoot laugh. Gorilla got him on that one. Varian. We'll see if he fares better than Warlord did.
This is the manager I would never want to be my manager in real life.
Look at that.
By the way, Akeem is the biggest example, or one of the very early examples of Vince McMahon deciding that being a petty dork is better than having cool shit. Like, I'd rather take away the one-man gang and make this joke about Dusty Rhodes than have an insanely cool character that, to this day, would be selling merch. But it's better to have this like guy and make fun of Dusty Rhodes, and he's done that for 30 years after that. So it would be such a cooler thing to be boss man and one-man gang. Like a fucking wall man gone bad with a bike.
Yeah.
It'd be like the movie The Windsor Wallace that Bam Bam Bigelow's in. A snake eater. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it'd be so much cooler.
Yeah, I don't know why he always had a...
and also, Dino Bravo has a really good match with Ken Patera at one of those weird shows that I really like. Where they just beat the shit out of each other. You don't like that match, Kelly?
I've never seen it. I'm just thinking Ken Patera in 1988 was pretty much.
I don't know. They just beat the shit. It's like two beefy dudes who have really weird histories of like crime and just being like.
Yeah, it's true.
Ordained as
somehow
like the next
Patera
big.
didn't get killed at some point. It's a minor miracle.
No, he's milk. He could just turn the milk and he could just turn the milk and be loquacious and disappear.
I wonder what his prison, what it was like. Was he like? The leader of the gang? Or was he one of the top guys in the yard?
I mean, I think being an Olympic athlete in that era meant something. So he probably just was kind of like
I don't think anybody fucked with him. Yeah, he probably just hung out, lifted weights a lot, read books maybe.
Oh, the big return.
Read a book about. Did he read the never mind. Book about the guy who created McDonald's? I think that's what.
Was this Stud's return? Hadn't he done? He had done nothing before this.
He had done like promo. Like he came out. He was on Brother Love. I don't think.
I totally missed that because when I heard he won, I was like, "What? He's been gone for years." I had no idea he was back.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not around for very long either.
No.
And he does absolutely nothing. Like. Between
pretty much,
he really doesn't. I mean, I think he does start up with Andre again. But, I mean,
they were gonna do another feud with the roles reversed this time.
Yeah, but Andre still
Stud couldn't cut it.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think Andre wanted to really deal with him anymore.
No,
I think Andre was like, I'm done.
Supposedly Andre always hated him.
Yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
Stud seems like
it's so
he had
tough.
Hollywood aspirations too, because he was in not a lot of stuff, but he was in some stuff before this and kind of during this era.
A good look for Hollywood. I mean, big enough.
He's in Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man.
Why he left? It was really abrupt. Hillbilly Jim took his spot against Andre on the house shows.
Yeah, he was. I just was looking it up. He was mixing it up with Akeem on the house show, like in between this and WrestleMania. And then after Mania, I think he just. I don't know why he left. I think he just probably didn't want to, there wasn't anything for him to do except I don't think he was going to make a lot of money with Andre. Like, I think people were nobody wanted to see Stud versus Andre.
No. This was only 1989, but Stud already felt like 10 years out of date.
Ancient. Yep.
Yeah.
His LJN also had the worst paint job ever because he was always naked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whether or not that white paint just disappeared on
it peeled off so easily.
Although his LJN pose was one of the best. You could do pretty much anything.
Better than most.
How
That's right,
second rate
Logan.
does this match feel now that the Hogan Macho Man angle happened?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
dropped
fact
off
that
a
they did it
cliff.
in the middle is just so stupid.
Like even all the other stars were done and gone by now.
Well, except
Yeah.
DiBiase.
Yeah,
Right.
and he
According
just
to
gets the proverbial like big at the end, you know.
according
Before
to
Ak-
Wikipedia, Stud left because of bad payoffs. Apparently.
Oh, is that what it was?
What was he
Before-
But he
expecting?
didn't go anywhere. I'm surprised WCW didn't snag him.
Before Akeem gets eliminated, ECW has 8. There's 8 guys who are in ECW in this Royal Rumble, which is kind of almost 1/3, and that's pretty impressive, I think.
Oh, brother.
Now I'm
Bruda,
thinking
huh?
them. Now I'm trying to think of them all in my head, Rocco.
If you name them
Veteran-
all,
Well, Hakeem was one of them as the gang.
Yeah,
Correct.
one man gang.
What was the
Greg
question?
Valentine.
Greg
Tito.
Valentine was in on him. He
Or
was
is he not?
weird show.
Tito Santana.
Tito, yeah.
Former champ.
Tito.
Was Marty ever there?
Marty, yeah, had some really big matches.
I think Arn Anderson had at least one match with BCW.
Jake Roberts makes an.
Tully
Arn-
Blanchard
Arn-
fought
right?
Shane
Shane,
Douglas.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Arn had that. It was like him and like I think it was like him and Sabu versus Eaton and Funk.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a weird mix of guys. Yeah.
Hercules was Hercules.
No.
I don't
No,
think so.
The Bushwhackers showed up as part
Okay.
of the Dudleys.
Oh, that's right.
Are taking a breather?
Were they like honorary Dudleys?
Yeah. And then
Wow.
Tully. Yeah.
Ricky Martel.
Just been arrogant.
Well, technically, he was still
Hakeem's-
Strike Force Martel here.
Gracias,
Yeah,
they
Hakeem's-
using the models music.
Akeem the Dream's ring gear looks really comfortable.
Sure.
That's why he switched. The
Yeah.
vest and the
You just put juicy
black.
on the back of it, and it'd be very.
You know that when he was in the WrestleMania 17 Battle Royal, he was supposed to go in as Akeem, but he had lost so much weight that the Akeem gear didn't fit him anymore. So he just went back out as the gang.
That's amazing.
Awesome. That's an awesome like little tidbit.
And then
It'd be
the
funny if it was so
wins
skinny
the
that he had to wear Harvey Whippleman's gear, and then he was just Harvey Whippleman. That's a big weight loss.
Harvina. He was Harvina.
Jesus.
He wore the Eggman costume.
It's,
That's the other
it's
thing.
Irvina to you.
Is this Eggman?
Jesse loving that they know now DiBiase is 30.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that Akeem one man gang is still alive with the amount of people that died in this era for a guy that size to stick it out
Yeah.
as long as he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be a big
Clean
dude, not a
living.
So
partier, right?
he's probably like mid-60s now.
He's a gang 63. And he had like his whole house was destroyed, I think, from Katrina. I want to say it was Katrina.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that sounds
he
right.
had like his whole house destroyed and everything. But
Surprisingly, really good shoot interviewee.
oh, sure.
actually.
I remember seeing him at one of the WrestleCons, like a Mania weekend or something, and I was surprised at how good he looked, you know,
Hey, we
for size and age, you know.
Not as
Virgin
funny as
number
Bundy,
30. Oh
but-
my god.
Everybody's gonna pay.
Speaking of territories, we got a little
Yeah.
Mid-South. A lot of Mid-South going on in
Mhm.
this ring right now with Terry Taylor and DiBiase.
Hercules
I just love
Hernandez.
how
Hercules was in there.
I love how calmly DiBiase came into the ring, just composed, no rushing. He was just taking his time.
He's a man that knows he's going to win. I know he doesn't, but he knows in his brain he's
Yeah.
going to win, right?
And I was
He-
just
he-
gonna say, like,
the
if you look
confidence.
at this match right now, like, who would you like at home live? Like, who would you have thought was gonna win? Like, you would have had to have thought TBiase, right?
Yeah.
He really should
Oh.
have. I mean, even
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
they announced that Stud was making his return or whatever, but on the TV, like the superstars leading up to this, like it wasn't very prominent.
I don't think
No.
they
He-
were
he-
looking.
he-
Obviously, since they weren't doing the Mania, they weren't looking at this as a long-term booking match. But I think they
No.
learned after this,
No.
like, and that's what it would have been if they
Yeah.
had been like, not even if he didn't
Like,
win the shot.
There, Hogan,
They
Macho
wanted
Man
to. They
angle,
wanted
that's all
to
that
use
mattered.
it. They wanted to
Rooster's
use
done.
this
I'm done.
match to sort of rebuild or repush Stud. But I think part of the problem is prior to this, he'd done the vignettes, he'd done the firing of Heenan, like, oh, I'm not going to work with Heenan on Brother Love. And then they had a couple of vignettes of him lifting weights. He wasn't in the ring. He didn't do anything. So the crowd couldn't connect to him. The longer term, the people who've been fans for 2 or 3 years or longer, their last memory of Stud is this big heel, not this good guy. And now he's in the ring. And all he's done all match is just beat on Akeem. He hasn't done anything else, just stuck in a corner with Akeem. So he's done nothing to get the fans behind him.
I feel like if they, looking at this again, throughout history, I think, honestly, if you weren't going to let DiBiase win this at this point, they should have let Hercules win it. And that would have been a huge thing. That would have been a huge bump for Hercules, like in the feud with DiBiase that he was in the time. Like have Hercules throw DiBiase out at the end.
And especially when you think about
done
Mania, which we think of Rumble now as like the build to Mania, so obviously it wasn't quite that then. But even so, it's what 3 months before, and Big John Studd didn't even have a fucking match in the show.
No,
you know what I mean? He was a special ref. Like,
if you want to look at direction, I mean, Beefcake eliminating DiBiase at the end would have been a great build to that match, and it also generates that move of Beefcake up the card because Beefcake by SummerSlam is teaming with Hogan. He's dealing with Savage post WrestleMania, so he's a man on the rise.
I mean, you would think too if DiBiase maybe had him have a crew of dudes in the match.
Good night, guys.
Paid.
That was a really smart move, really smart work where DiBiase was able to eliminate them both because they were just completely dealing their own thing. I think it just shows his brains.
And we're down. Well, we have 5. I was saying we have down on the final 4.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about why the match seems to die off after Hogan, but I think after the Hogan Savage situation, but I think part of the problem is this whole thing of Stud and Akeem in the corner doing their own thing. At the beginning of the match, everyone was going after Andre, and Andre was fighting everyone off. And I think if they'd done something similar with Stud, where everyone was going for Stud, and he had to fight them off, I think it would have got the crowd into it a bit more.
Like I was saying, it was baby facing Andre to be attacked like that. It would have done the same thing for Stud.
Yeah, and think of being at the show with like your kids, right? It's late at night. They see Hogan get eliminated. Why would you stay? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that 4 or 5-year-old you brought to this show is upset about the fact he's gonna miss Ted DiBiase and Big John Studd?
Sure. And now the final 4. What a final 4, huh? Martel, DiBiase, Stud, and Akeem.
And we get to like the storytelling in a match. Why aren't Martel and DiBiase going, we need to work together to get one of these big guys out so that we don't have to deal with them one-on-one? You talk about storytelling booking. Can you imagine if DiBiase was basically flashing the money at Martel and Akeem going, let's work in getting Stud out. They eliminate Stud, then it's like you get that scene there where Akeem eliminates Martel. And then DiBiase can flash the money again. Akeem can self-eliminate, and DiBiase stands there having paid everyone off to not just get 30, but win the match.
Right. That's right. Weird booking for this.
And the $1 Million Man's got to feel pretty good. He's been in there the shortest. Yeah, he's more or less, well, they're working as a team right now.
He's been in there the shortest, but he's still been in there a few minutes working with a bunch of guys. It wasn't an easy entry.
No.
Yeah, but he's seeing 2 or 3 people after that one. DiBiase's directing traffic in there right now, Jess. He's telling Hakeem exactly what to do and how to do it.
I love the way DiBiase is just showing Hakeem, in you go, keep going.
Do it. Hit him again. Hit him again. Hit him
But
one
it's
more
just
time.
like, but you're right. Like, why didn't DiBiase orchestrate this 5 minutes ago when he had more people in the ring? You know what I mean? He's the money man. He can be the one that can make it happen, right?
He's the money man, like the NWO money man.
Yeah, it's not like those other people in the ring were people you were worried about, like looking bad. You know what I mean? Like taking a couple bucks.
I think here comes Hakeem. This is Hakeem's out. Yep.
I do like that. That I do like that pulling the DiBiase in to get nailed.
All right,
that
good night,
wasn't much
guys.
of a shot to get Hakeem out. That was just a little tap on the back.
Right. Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. The unfortunate thing about some of these early rumbles is you do get those very soft eliminations. He does that. He does
unimportant, you know.
I love DiBiase's trying to make it work. Let's show him the money. Let's pay you off, and he's begging off at the same time.
Yeah.
He does it so well.
Oh, such a good character. He had everything down.
And why wasn't he telling Virgil, get in here with me?
Right.
Oh, choke
in the
slam.
dumbest spot possible.
Oh. I think that's the quickest thing I've seen from Stud all match was catching that foot.
Yeah. They didn't have like the no DQ aspect of this match like put together in the fans' minds yet. So that's why they didn't go the Virgil route.
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, it's a foregone conclusion who's going to win.
Yeah.
You just know that Stud's going to eliminate him at some point.
It's like the most underrated part of Rumbles too is like how long do they go with the final two? Like some years it feels like they're building towards like a long run with them, and then like they just don't. There's just a quick elimination, and then there's like the Shawn Michaels Undertaker year when it's like, all right, when is this going to end?
And
not that you wanted it to because it was so good, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you really feel this one should have ended a bit quicker. Like it just feels like Stud's toying with him now, and really they could have just they could have done that one a minute and a half ago.
Like at least have the tease that like he might buy into it, and maybe that's where you should. Like now Virgil comes in. Like what's the point now? You know,
after the match.
All right, everyone. That was the 1989 NoSo Royal Rumble. Thank you to everyone that competed. And off to the next one. Later, guys.
Bye.